Here we are with the latest in technology. This is a whole prototype wall, and Brian makes these, and he's gonna show us the new BIOFIRE that they've created.
All right, man, so check it out.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about this.
Cool, yeah, so what you're looking at here, this is our 9mm Smart Gun. It is designed so that only you or someone that you want to be able to shoot can shoot the gun. So it has two biometric authentication methods. We have our fingerprint sensor, and we have our facial recognition on the back. This is designed so that you just pick it up and it works. That's the whole idea. There's no extra steps you have to do for this. So as soon as you pick up the gun, you'll see that the gun wakes up here. So it knows that it's being held, it knows that it's been put down, and it starts looking for your biometrics from the second you pick it up. And then as soon as
How fast is it? How fast does it recognize it?
It's in the millisecond range.
Today we're talking with Kai Kloepfer, the CEO of Biofire. What made you passionate about trying to change, something in the gun industry?
I see firearms as a sort of permanent fixture of American culture. There's wide swaths of American culture that are very based around firearm ownership. There's hundreds of millions of firearms that are already owned by Americans. And we're going to see shifts in political landscape one way or the other, depending on who's elected president.
They're not going to go away.
But they're not going to go away, right? At the same time, firearms are now the leading cause of death for children and teenagers in America. It has, I think, a huge impact on our communities in many other ways as well. I've always seen BioFire's work as how can we advance pragmatic solutions that allow us to start to incrementally address the actual challenge today, right? Mm-hmm. And how can we do that by building better products that gun owners and folks that are looking to become gun owners will choose to purchase.
And what made you decide on both the biometric for the fingerprint as well as the biometric for the face?
It's a great question. So biometrics in general, I think, are a really good fit because it's only about who you are, right? There's no key, there's nothing to remember, there's nothing physical like a token or a ring that you need to secure from your children so they can get access to it. It's all just about things that are inherent to you, whether it's your fingerprint or your face. You can't lose them, you can't forget them, you can't misplace them, right? They're permanently attached to you. That being said, the obvious sort of initial choice is fingerprints. Fingerprints are very reliable and very commercially mature, right? They've gone through many, 20, 30 years of development. There's been a lot of sort of just iteration optimization on fingerprints. Mm-hmm. We actually expect fingerprints are going to be the sort of primary reliable biometric that will be used by the system the vast majority of the time that one of our users picks it up. That being said, anybody that's used a fingerprint sensor knows that if your hands are wet or dirty, you're wearing gloves, that fingerprint sensor is not going to function the way that our customer needs it to. We've incorporated 3D facial recognition as well, which serves as a really nice counterpoint or complementary biometric to fingerprints, right? It allows us to provide the most reliable experience to our customer and ensure it's always going to unlock whenever they need it to.
Yeah. Thank you for talking to me, Kai, and I'm looking forward to testing the weapon and give my opinion on it.
Excited to have you.
This is the BioFire Smart Gun. We're going to test it out. This is a biometric system that has fingerprint and my face recognition right here, and it only works for me. So if anyone else touches this weapon, it will not fire. We're going to try it out, run a few rounds, and see how it does. We have some gloves to combat the fingerprint being red, and then we have a hoodie to combat the facial recognition. We're going to show you what happens if one or the other is not identifiable, or if none of these work, what happens then. So first, it's important to show you that I'm the authorized user. So my fingerprint is on there, right? So I can now fire the weapon. Now what happens if I put on my gloves? The moment there's presence on the weapon, it's realizing that it needs to search for me. Now it cannot read my fingerprint because my fingerprint is right here, it's not being read. Now I can't use it, but now it catches my face. You see, it turns green. I can fire it. Now what happens if it also cannot read my face and my fingerprint? Which basically means I'm a stranger. Does not work. Now if I take off my glove and have no face, works fine. It has my fingerprint right here. It cannot read my face. I'm authorized to use it because it catches it and it can fire.